A mysterious parcel arrives at the residence of brothers Justin and Aaron, containing a videotape from their childhood days at Camp Arcadia, a group they were once part of. A decade earlier, Justin had rescued them from what he perceived as a UFO death cult, uncovering the group's dark intentions to end their lives. However, Aaron's recollections differ, as he cherishes memories of camaraderie and support. Amidst their current struggles, Aaron becomes convinced that life at the camp is superior. Justin, sharing his concerns in therapy, feels torn between relief that the cult members are alive and guilt for separating Aaron from them. Despite this, Justin staunchly believes in the freedom of the real world. In therapy, Aaron expresses frustration with Justin's controlling nature but avoids discussing it with his brother to spare him pain. Upon Aaron's insistence on closure, Justin reluctantly agrees to revisit the camp for a day. During their journey, Justin outlines cult-like behaviors, which Aaron does not recall, prompting questions about Justin's decision to return. Stopping at a poignant location where their mother passed away, they encounter a mysterious painting. As they reach Camp Arcadia, they receive a warm welcome from Hal, their old camp friends, and a newcomer named Lizzy. However, Dave's unsettling smile leaves the brothers uneasy. Throughout the visit, Justin notices the unchanged appearance of everyone, attributing it to a healthier camp lifestyle. The brothers' conflicting perspectives unfold as they grapple with the hidden truths and mysteries surrounding their past at Camp Arcadia. Upon returning to their quarters, Justin discovers a post-it urging quietness. Eager to explore, he ventures out for a jog, witnessing archery practice, Hal organizing kegs of homebrewed beer, and encountering the same impassioned man on his march, seemingly oblivious to Justin's presence. As evening descends, the camp convenes around a bonfire, where Justin's distant demeanor catches Hal's attention. Sensing Justin's need for connection, Hal invites him to sample his homemade brew in the cabin. While there, Justin stumbles upon an unfinished equation, but Hal evades revealing its purpose. Shifting the conversation, Hal forgives Justin for leaving and speaking to the press, though he questions their unexpected return. Bewildered, Justin mentions the videotape, but Hal claims ignorance. Meanwhile, Aaron engages in conversation with Anna at the bonfire, following her to her cabin, where she shares her fashion designs. Recalling Aaron's past fishing hobby, she sparks an idea. Shane then lures Justin into a series of card tricks, culminating in an otherworldly display with an old baseball. Later, Hal gathers everyone for the traditional game, the struggle, a symbolic tug-of-war representing their pursuit of passion, growth, and a higher power. As Hal pulls the rope, it unexpectedly ascends into the night sky, prompting Justin to suspect a trick involving Dave on a ladder in the darkness. The crowd cheers as Aaron takes on the challenge, facing initial failure but persevering on his second attempt. With the rope firmly fastened around his torso, Aaron exerts determined strength, concluding the symbolic struggle. The audience bursts into applause as Aaron successfully finishes the symbolic struggle. Encouraged by his brother, Justin reluctantly decides to participate. As he readies himself, the rope unexpectedly whips forward, causing Justin to tumble and sustain a hand injury. The crowd falls into silence, with Dave grinning mysteriously in the background, clearly not responsible for pulling the rope. Later, Lizzy tends to Justin's wound, sharing her past experiences with a woods-dwelling gun enthusiast. Hal apologizes for the incident, and with expectant gazes on him, Justin abruptly leaves. Walking back to their cabin, Aaron convinces Justin to extend their stay for another day, expressing interest in target practice with firearms. Initially hesitant, Justin eventually agrees. They encounter Tim smoking by a locked cabin, who insists it only contains rowing equipment, a claim met with skepticism by the brothers. A new post-it on their cabin door instructs them to be quiet, which they remove. Struggling to sleep, Justin brings up Aaron and Anna's relationship, recalling her intense interest in Aaron since childhood. While Aaron considers it fate, Justin remains suspicious. The next day, Justin and Aaron practice shooting, but Justin curiously misses, with the bullet dented as if it hit a solid object. Later, they fish in the lake, and Justin jogs alone. He spots the strange marching man, who disappears, leaving a single shoe and a drop of blood. In a field, Justin encounters a moving storage container, and as the sky darkens briefly, he finds scattered Polaroids. Perplexed, he picks one up just as a falling tree startles him. Fearful, Justin quickly retreats, leaving behind unanswered questions. In an old tent, a haunting melody echoes as someone inside runs and grunts repeatedly. An antique clock outside the tent adds to the mystery, its second hand continually reversing by 3 seconds. That evening, Lizzy takes the stage for karaoke night, and another post-it requesting silence hangs behind Justin. Pulling Hal away from the festivities, Justin shares a Polaroid featuring a buoy in the lake, expressing a sense of being watched by something invisible, reminiscent of his childhood fears. Hal interprets the appearance of 2 moons in the sky as a sign of truth, with a third moon heralding ascension. Advising Justin to take Aaron to the buoy for answers, Hal assures him that it will lift a weight from his shoulders. As the night unfolds, Aaron entertains the crowd with his singing while getting substances from Anna. Justin discovers Lizzy sketching a gun-armed man with a burning house and encounters a tearful girl. Meanwhile, Anna leads Aaron to a mirror-like phenomenon reflecting the landscape, where Aaron mentions the video received from camp. Anna denies sending it and avoids discussing it further. Returning to camp, Justin approaches Jennifer, a woman crying because she can't sleep amidst the revelry. Unnoticed notes she left asking for quiet reveal her isolation. Jennifer, not part of the group, ended up at camp after her husband vanished nearby. Hal found her after days of searching, leaving her separated from her son with her parents. Tears well in her eyes as she reflects on the prolonged search for her missing husband at Camp Arcadia. The following day, Justin takes Aaron fishing as suggested by Hal, despite the strange occurrences in the camp. As Aaron expresses a desire to stay permanently, Justin laments leaving the outside world, mentioning Jennifer's misery in the camp. During a heated discussion, Justin discovers the buoy from the Polaroid floating on the lake. In a quest for answers, he dives to the lake bottom, leaving Aaron alone. Concerned for his brother's safety, Aaron prepares to go after him. Suddenly, Justin reappears, dropping something on the boat and urging Aaron to row to shore, claiming something lurks in the lake. Back on land, they open a metal box Justin found, revealing an ominous tape that convinces him to leave immediately. Despite Aaron's protests, Justin insists on departure, even if alone. Weary of the repeated argument, Aaron concedes, requesting a farewell to everyone before leaving. During dinner that evening, Lizzy presents Justin with a drawing depicting a shadowy beast in the woods. Hal insists on playing the tape found in the lake as a parting ceremony, explaining it's the entity's way of communication. The tape reveals a younger Justin and Aaron portraying a cultic version of Camp Arcadia to outsiders, humiliating the brothers. Despite their attempt to leave, Hal intervenes, suggesting the message forgives them for exposing the camp. Aaron, discovering Justin's deceptive stories, confronts him. Justin explains the lies were to expose something wrong in the camp, but Hal accuses him of wanting control, even as a child. Hal, driven to the edge, accuses Justin of ruining the camp despite saving their lives from the car accident that killed their mother. Justin and Aaron's stories have tainted Hal and the others' reputations in the outside world, making it difficult for them to conduct business due to their perceived association with a crazed cult. Unmoved by the accusations, Justin points to Jennifer, clinging to false hope in her desperate search for her missing husband. Insisting on leaving, Justin faces resistance from his brother. In frustration, he confronts Hal, who suggests making it easier for everyone by leaving alone. Defeated, Justin walks away, leaving his brother behind. As he heads to his car, it fails to start, prompting him to proceed on foot. Strange rocky markers obstruct his path, and a disappearing snake adds to the disorientation. Behind him, a previously unnoticed cabin appears. Following a man inside for help, Justin discovers a hanging corpse upon opening the door. Another man, Carl, scolds him, resembling the one hanging in the room. Justin, bewildered, questions how he got lost and why the man he saw hanging is now talking to him. Carl chuckles, revealing that the place is trapped in a time loop, replaying tragic events to appease an entity. Those trapped must kill themselves to reset the loop, or the entity will inflict a more brutal demise. Carl advises Justin to leave before the reset or risk being trapped. Determined to rescue Aaron, Justin refuses and learns from Carl that crossing the markers in the loop brings them back inside. While Justin can traverse the markers, Carl instructs him to obtain a gun from Chris, trapped in another loop. Equipped with a compass and a caution to trust it over his senses, Justin leaves. Carl, expressing mental entrapment, reveals that the entity denies him sleep or dreams, limiting his knowledge of the world within his loop. In the morning, Aaron discovers a flock of birds forming a circular shape in the air, dropping Polaroids in front of him. Among them is a photo of a trailer with himself. Giving the photos to Hal, they speculate that the entity shows what it perceives. Hal suggests heading to the trailer, but Aaron is torn, concerned about Justin. Leaving the choice to Aaron, Hal advises following a trail and finding Justin before the third moon is full. As Aaron follows the trail, passing beyond a loop marker, Anna coincidentally walks the opposite path, unseen by each other. At Chris' house, Justin meets Chris and Mike, with Chris handcuffed to overcome addiction. Mike returns with a hard drive containing a message from the entity, showcasing another version of Mike and Chris dying after attempting to escape the loop. Chris urges Justin to break free, regardless of the entity's horrors. On the other side, Aaron encounters the old tent with the clock on the front, hearing music and screams. Peering inside, he witnesses a man repeatedly rising from his seat, killed, and returning to the starting point. The man warns Aaron to leave, running toward him and exploding into a gruesome spectacle when Aaron doesn't retreat, sending him away in fear. Mike permits Justin to take guns from Chris's basement, expressing his desire to escape the loop and revealing he's Jennifer's husband with a baby. Justin contemplates revealing Jennifer's location but decides against it, acknowledging their separation within different loops. After Justin departs, Mike sets the house ablaze with gasoline. Realizing he left Carl's map in the burning house, Justin faces the loss as Chris's house resets, seemingly unaffected by the fire. Mike arrives, oblivious to the previous events. Approaching the third moon's fullness, Justin returns to Carl's house, guided by the compass. Discovering a trailer with a nearby cougar, Aaron suddenly appears, entering the loop around the trailer. Examining a note left by the owner, the brothers, thinking no one's home, leave. A projector displays them leaving the trailer, soaring into the air over various contained loops. As the sun sets, Aaron and Justin encounter numerous statues while the camp gathers for a feast. At nightfall, they reach Carl's cabin, leaving the gun and taking the map back to Camp Arcadia. Here, Aaron decides to stay despite the prospect of eternal time loops. Tired of struggling in the outside world, he embraces the idea of a brief death during each reset as long as he finds contentment when alive. Accepting the notion of perpetual confinement, Aaron prefers it to enduring struggles with Justin. Upon leaving, Carl emerges from his cabin, takes the gun, and fires it into the abyss before ending his loop by shooting himself. Despite his drastic actions, the loop resets. Returning to camp, the brothers witness Jennifer cycling away, and Tim unlocks a guarded cabin. Inside, they discover a plethora of tapes, records, and a central TV set. The TV displays their camp experiences from the entity's perspective, culminating in a scene where the entity drops a rope into the group during the bonfire. Aaron rushes to the bonfire in vain as the place lies in disarray, clothes strewn around. Justin reassures Aaron that they'll return when the time resets and the brothers sit down, awaiting the inevitable. Justin, choosing to stay, respects Aaron's decision to leave as the camp resets. Running to their car, it refuses to start, prompting them to push it downhill. Justin relinquishes control, and the brothers reconcile, vowing to treat each other as equals. As they speed downhill through markers, they hop into the car before the reset catches up. Simultaneously, those who stay in the camp experience a resurrection, and the perpetually pleasant and forgiving leader smiles at their successful departure. In daylight, the car materializes seemingly out of nowhere, signifying their escape from Camp Arcadia and everyone within it. The echoes of resilience, closure, and liberated choices resonate as the brothers embark on a journey beyond the confines of the mysterious time loops.